Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you can all hear and see me okay. I'm finally doing some streaming again. And what better way than to return than with what made me famous on the site than some good old point and click. I mean, honestly, if I weren't as self-deprecating as I am, I wouldn't admit I sound like myself either. But yeah, some good old point and click. This is Whispers of a Machine. We play an investigator in a post-AI singularity Scandinavia, as far as I remember. I might be misremembering that. Um, so let's just jump right into this.
So, what's with the gloomy look? Left someone dear behind?
Yeah. You could say that.
Been there. So, Nord Sunday. You better buckle up. We've got some nasty weather coming.
I heard. Sadly, caring about storms is a luxury people in my line of work are rarely afforded.
No? What kind of work is that?
Special Agent, Violent Crimes. Central Bureau.
Well, shit.
That shut him right up. Game could be louder, okay. Let me make the game louder. Let me know if this is better.
You there. This is a restricted crime scene.
At ease, Constable. Special Agent Englund here.
Oh, my apologies, Agent. I was expecting someone older.
I'll take that as a compliment. Now, brief me, please.
Certainly, ma'am. The victim is Carl Oscarson, age 33. He worked here as a carpenter and was found early this morning by a coworker who's sitting over there by the window.
Got it.
Damn, I have nowhere really good to put the chat window on this game. Maybe if I size it down a little bit. Is the chat still kind of readable on screen like this? Vera can advance 3 distinct personality traits. Empathic, assertive, analytical. Your choices will influence all 3, affecting the course of the story and the tools at your disposal. Advancing one personality trait always weakens the other 2, so make your choices carefully. I don't need an on-screen chat, but I like to have it because then on the recording you can better follow the interactions with the chat, if there are any. I wanna give it a pro streamer vibe.
Sorry about the state of the crime scene. We're not used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bitchy to this greenhorn.
Evidently. This entire room should have been evacuated. Staying clear of the body would have decreased the risk of contaminating evidence.
Yeah, maybe we should have established a wider perimeter.
Yes, I would highly advise that for next time.
Got it. I'll strive to do better in the future.
Good to hear. Now, give me a second while I examine the body.
Sure, I'll be here.
This choice has amplified Vera's analytical side. There will be many instances like this, strengthening one personality trait at the expense of the other two. Why do you dislike the main character, Dean? Well, the thing is, I chose to be bitchy. You can kind of tailor the personality as the tutorial has told us.
So, is this where you use your X-ray vision?
My what?
Come on, you have to be aware of the rumors. How agents like you are supposed to be equipped with some kind of advanced cybernetics.
Let's try a little bit less bitch.
I'd love to talk about that, but I'd be breaking the rules. Sorry.
Okay.
And no, Dean, she is not a robot. At least not completely. Drag and drop the scanner to move it around. Anomalies viewed through the lens will light up in a bright color. The scanner is now in Smart Scan mode, where forensic anomalies are detected from the surrounding environment. Okay, that's blood. Pretty obvious. Deceased, male, age 32, plus minus 4 years. Blood type B. Estimated time of death T minus 6 hours. DNA, prints, and blade shape added to data vault. Collected scanner samples will be added to your data vault. Can be attached to the scanner for a targeted search. Unlike the Smart Scan, samples will allow the detection in areas with a lot of contamination, such as picking up specific fingerprints in a room full of prints. Keep in mind that you won't find any new samples this way, so remember to use Smart Scan mode too. Neat. Okay, anything else for the Smart Scan? Human blood, type E, DNA mismatch from current carrier. Pattern indicates
Postmortem,
postmortem smear.
That would suggest that he likely only touched the body after death.
I like how her eyes are going blank and white when she's using the Smart Scan. Matching data, DNA. Aha! He's the murderer! He has the victim's blood on his hands! Well, obviously he's matching. Okay, that's all I'm getting out of this gimmick. Let's try... Biometric analyzer. Your biometric analyzer will automatically lock onto nearby targets. You can click to also click the lock icon on your target to force the analyzer to stay connected. Lastly, the biometric output may display emotional anomalies during dialogue. Click on them to make them known to Vera before they disappear. Yeah, Dean, if you wash your hands, they can't catch you.
My picture of Alex. I miss him. the reason I'm here. I need to gather as much evidence as possible and try to get some kind of lead on the killer. My service pistol. It fires conventional projectiles using magnetic propulsion. It's loaded with 600 rounds of compressed alloy ammunition. The battery is the limiting factor, lasting for about 80 shots in quick succession.
That's one hell of a magazine.
Looks pre-collapse, basically a glorified corner lamp. There's a coin slot on the side with a coin stuck in it. I can probably pull it out, using some extra strength. Got the coin.
Yeah. That's the real use of your cyber strength. Getting change. No, PPV, I doubt she doesn't remember where her barber
A row
is.
of personal lockers for the workers here.
Also, chances are likely that the other side of her head is shaved too, but she just has the stuff combed over there. It's called an undercut. Actually, used to have some butts who had something
I
similar.
should finish examining the body first. Alright, we've got multiple knife-sized stab wounds to the chest. I don't see a murder weapon, so I take it none was found at the scene?
That's right. All knives and sharp tools in the building have been accounted for, too.
It looks like the victim was attacked directly from the front. I don't see any major defense wounds, so this was either a surprise attack, or the victim knew the perpetrator. What about any potential suspects, Constable? Did Carl have enemies?
None as far as we know. He seemed to be well liked among the guys here, but the man who found him might know more.
There was a photo in his chest pocket. It's a bloody photograph of Carl and a young woman, taken fairly recently by the look of it. He's holding hands with the woman, but I can't discern her face. Too much damage to the photo.
How
She's wearing a brass necklace.
convenient.
Could be relevant.
I can't scan my inventory items. Boo! Boo!
I hate to start things off like this, but your hands are bloody and a man is lying dead over there. You understand how it looks, right?
Wait, what? Yes, it's his blood, but I just got some of it on me when I turned him over.
Okay, so why were you even touching the body? You should have notified the police immediately.
I just didn't realize he was dead at first. I thought he just hurt himself or something.
Okay. Let's move on to some other questions.
A likely
I haven't
story.
lied.
That dude is totally the
Why
murderer.
don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay. I get up early from my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here. I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fallen and hurt himself. I ran over to him. That's when I noticed the blood, and I guess I was kind of in shock, so I tried to stop the bleeding, but then I felt how cold he was. I yelled for help. The guys came running, and then Josef, our foreman, sent someone to go get the police.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Carl alive?
Late last night, around midnight. He stayed up with us playing cards, which is unusual.
Unusual? How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings. He usually went out by himself.
Oh. Do you know where he used to go?
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious last night. He seemed distracted.
Got it. Thanks for the info. That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Also, I probably should have been using my biometric analyzer. I am a dummy.
A few more questions? Why don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay. I get up early from my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here. I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fall. That's when I noticed the blood, and I yelled for help. The guys came
Okay. When was the last...
late last night, around...
Unusual. How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings.
Oh. Do you know where he used to...
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious.
Got it.
Alright, let's show him the bloody photo.
Have a look at this picture. Do you know who the woman is?
Yeah, that's just some old girlfriend of Carl's from ages ago.
Is that so? It doesn't look that old. At least Carl looks about the same.
Guess the guy aged well. Any other questions?
Look, I got this job because I have great instincts, and I know that you were lying to me. Maybe you're doing it for good reason, or to protect someone. But all I want is to catch Carl's murderer. If you had nothing to do with what happened, you need to come clean now, for both of your sakes.
I'm sorry. I gave him a promise. The lady in the photo, Carl is still seeing her. Well, was, I suppose.
Why wouldn't you tell me that from the beginning?
It was a secret. Carl said they would both get in trouble if anybody knew.
Why would they get into trouble? An affair?
I didn't ask, but yeah, it could be.
All right. Tell me everything you know about this woman.
Carl said she lived somewhere north of town, but that's all I know.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, let's ask about Carl.
Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Sure. I've known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then about a year ago, something happened. He became absent-minded and humorless. I know people can change, but this came seemingly from nowhere.
Huh. What do you think caused this shift?
I'm not sure, but maybe something to do with his secret relationship? Perhaps all that secrecy started to take its toll on him.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Probably drugs.
Constable,
Yes, Agent.
do you know anything about a woman who was seeing Carl?
I'm afraid not. I didn't know Carl myself.
Do you know who the woman in this photo is?
Too hard to tell. Sorry.
Well, you're no bleeding help.
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
It's an old pre-collapse coin. No one would accept it as payment today.
Okay, I think I've done everything I could down here. Let's head to the
Hey,
dormitory.
I'm gonna go check out the dorm. Where's Carl's bed?
Turn left and then go straight. I left the light on so it'd be easy for you to find.
Gotcha. Be right back.
Wolf Among Us was okay. Not Telltale's best work, but not their worst either.
Both beds look recently used. Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil. Huh. Odd place for a ventilation duct.
Indeed.
Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I wasn't actually even a fan of the first Walking Dead game. In my opinion, their peak was the Mad Max, not the Mad Max, the Salmon Max games.
Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting.
Let's run our analyzer over the scene. Nothing interesting. Any signs of... Ah, there we go. Okay. That's his bed, but why is there DNA on the duct? Fingerprints, huh?
There are a lot of prints around a panel on the air duct.
Well, ain't that curious?
The panel is screwed on tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose. Sure, I could try to use brute force, but I'd risk damaging what's inside.
Oh, come on! Use your freakish cyber strength.
I already searched that.
Oh. Did I scan it? Ah, there we go. So tell me about this
Hey, do you
ventilation
happen
panel.
to know where I can get a screwdriver?
What for? Are you taking this place apart?
Not exactly. I need it to get some potential evidence.
Sounds strange to me, but either way, it's not my job to do your errands.
Listen, fucking bitch, I'ma crush your head like a grape.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
What a cunt. What's my personality matrix looking like? Oh, assertive, empathic, and analytical.
Constable,
Yes, Agent.
hey, do you happen to know where I can get a screwdriver?
Not really. The foreman collected all of the tools and locked them up after the murder.
So I
Okay,
should
that's all
probably
I need
try
for
to
now.
find the foreman, huh?
Very well, Agent.
Not yet. I think there's more to find in that locker. A row of personal lockers for the work.
I can totally scan for his bio. There we go. Haha!
Okay.
Well, that apparently pushed my personality somehow.
Locked. Doesn't look incredibly strong, though. I might be able to get it open with enough force.
Yes! Cyber strength! Yeah!
Try not to wreck the place.
No reason for alarm. I just needed to get this locker open. A pair of large boots with dirt under them. There was a piece of paper in one of the inner pockets. The note looks like it was written by a woman. It reads, "Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses."
Huh. Registered for what? Okay, there's his DNA on there, but that was kinda logical to assume. mean, it is probably his code.
I already searched. A pair of A few more questions, if I...
Can you tell
Do
me
you know
anything?
who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
That's enough questions.
Okay.
Constable,
Yes, Agent.
I found this in Carl's coat. What do you make of it?
Not sure. But it's a bit strange that the person who wrote this couldn't just tell him face to face.
Maybe they didn't want to risk being seen together. Or the note's author needed to leave in a hurry.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very
Very
curious.
well,
Very curious indeed.
Not yet. I think there's more to find.
What else is there supposed to be to find? Oh, I could use the smart scan, of course. Derp. I'm gonna forget to use that so often. Saffron.
I could go and follow up on the saffron lead now, but I think there's more to find in the dormitory. Constable,
Let's ask these
Yes,
guys
Agent.
about saffron.
do you know anything about saffron plants?
I know we grow them here in Nordsund, but I'm not sure exactly where. We have vegetables all over.
Okay, that's all I...
Very well, Agent.
And you, Grumpy Pants, what can you tell me about
A few more
saffron?
questions, if I may? Hey, do you happen...
What?
Do you know anything...
Nope. I know we grow them in Nordsund, but that's it.
That's enough questions.
Okay.
Okay, let's check the dormitory again. Hey, RLT-8.
My service pistol. It fires conventional projectiles using magnetic propulsion. It's loaded. The battery's eliminated.
Shoot it!
I don't want to shoot that.
Ooh, maybe I can screw it with the coin. Yes!
There was a small key hidden inside the duct.
Oh ho ho!
I think I'm almost done here. I should just talk to the constable before I go.
Well, ain't that interesting?
A small, unique-looking key.
Well, PPB, there is a nudity box to check in the options, so you might be right on the fetishist.
Hey, I think I'm done here.
Oh, okay. Mind sharing your findings?
It seems like the murder could be tied to a secret relationship Carl had with a woman. But I'm leaving all options open.
Sounds reasonable. You have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. Maybe I can correlate that with Carl's movements to the north of town when seeing that woman.
Good. Meanwhile, we'll transport the body to the morgue and have an autopsy performed as soon as possible. Do you want us to keep the area sealed off?
No need. I'm done here and won't come back. You can let the men get back to work.
Very well. I'll let them know.
By the way, how do I get to the police station from here?
Just head straight east outside. You'll see it.
Got it. See you later.
Alright then, if I won't be coming back here, I gonna punch ya!
Nah, there's no need to brawl.
Aww.
No need to go back in there.
Alright then. Let's have a look about. There's another cop, a museum, town square, a wreck.
Looks like an old hovercraft.
Can go west, talk to this worker, and there's an elevator.
You don't need to go down to the ground right now.
Let's talk to the worker.
Hey, what's happening here?
Bit of an electrical problem with some fallen power lines. It's being taken care of, but it'll be a while.
So I can't enter the museum?
Well, you can, but only if electrocution is something you enjoy during working hours.
What caused it? Did someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental damage?
Oh, we've had a windy week. An old tree fell down and ripped down a major power line. It's in a tricky spot, and due to how the grid is built up, I can't cut the power safely without affecting half the town.
Sounds like a flawed design. Is that typical for electrical grids these days?
Not really. This power grid is quite old, constructed shortly after the collapse. That meant they had to improvise. They couldn't just clone existing power systems at the time, since those were reliant on service robots with negligible safety concerns. So yeah, now I'm paying the price. The whole thing is riddled with hacks and workarounds, each one more dangerous than the next.
I see. I don't envy such a hazardous work environment. How long will it take you to fix?
Hard to say, but it should be done by tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks.
Guess I'm not going in the museum until tomorrow morning. Alright, I think it's time we decided on a... Oh god, how do you work the poll command? Do we want to be assertive, empathic, or analytical? Cast your ballot now. And Anono decides for everybody. Anono wants to go the robot route. Then I shall do my best to do the robot route.
Hello, Deputy. What are you guarding?
The residence of the first murder victim. The commissary told me to direct you to his office before going upstairs.
I see. I'll go find him and come back later then.
Sounds good, Agent.
I like your coat. Mostly the whole game, dude. The thing is, the tutorial told me that strengthening one personality trait weakens the other two. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go full full monoculture on this. All right, let's find this office.
All right, so this is the town square. That building building with the emblem must be the police station.
Too late. We're going analytical. Whoops. That's not where I meant to click.
Nice and shiny. I can even see my reflection in it.
What do we have? We have a canteen, a school, a clinic, and the police station. And there's a big old propeller up there.
Looks like a small wind turbine for electricity.
All right, let's see the chief.
I'm surprised the Bureau got their thumb out of their ass. It's not like they could find Nordson on a map.
I, for one, am grateful for their help. From what I hear, the person they sent is young, but quite capable.
Optimistic as always, eh, Kurt? I guess we'll see. Agent Anglin, we've been expecting you.
Councilwoman, I was told you'd be my Bureau contact here.
That's correct. I'm Stina Ruth. And this here's Kurt Anderson, police commissary.
Welcome, Agent. Enjoy your trip to the middle of nowhere?
It was a bit bumpy, and way longer than I expected.
Yeah, that train has seen better days. You'll find your luggage in your quarters, just through the door behind me.
Thanks. I'll check it out later.
So, you were probably confused as hell when we sent you straight to a crime scene, right?
Kind of. I thought I was supposed to investigate a murder from last week.
You were, but unfortunately a second killing required your urgent attention. I assume there is some Bureau procedures before I brief Agent England about the situation?
Yes. Why don't you head to your office, and I'll send this youngling on her merry way when we're done.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Agent.
Likewise. I'm a bit confused here. Who do I report to?
Only to me, as overseer of this district. The local police are at your disposal, since they're legally required to aid you in the investigation.
Yes,
How
minions.
would you like me to share my findings with you?
Face to face, in the evenings. The balcony inside the local canteen is a good place to meet.
Okay. I think I have what I need then. I'll go talk to the commissary.
Good. We'll catch up later. Oh, but I have to ask. Tell me, how was it for you?
What do you mean?
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We've both done it.
Oh, you mean the augmentation. The nanofluid injection.
Sticking to the boring scientific terms, aren't we? Back in my time, we used to just call it taking the blue. Come on, let this old lady live a little. Tell me, how was your first kiss with the blue?
A sense of enlightenment and acute awareness washed over me. A crystal clear lucidity I had never felt before.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. What I wouldn't give to feel like that again. No side effects, I hope? We wouldn't want you to get compromised in dangerous situations.
Not yet, but I know what to look out for. Mild hallucinations, nightmares, burning sensations in the limbs, the occasional migraine. Things like that.
Yeah, that covers the usual suspects. All right, I think you're good to go then. We shouldn't keep the commissary waiting.
Looking forward to those hallucinations. Because those are gonna come up, I can tell you that. That's just how games like this work. Also, yeah, DBK, I totally agree on the point-and-click adventure games. I just love the pacing and the stories and stuff.
It's a map of Nordson. Looks like the center of the disk is hollow. Curious. Nah, I have work to do.
Coffee?
Damn good coffee.
Nice. Anything else I can do out here?
A thermos, presumably filled with coffee. Low maintenance. My kind of plant.
Ah, that's the jail. Okay.
Empty.
Let's check out my digs. Ah, cozy.
Looks purely decorative. There's a bottle of molding resin here. Might be useful.
Huh. Interesting.
A bottle of molding resin. I can use this to cast different shapes. It might also work as a glue. That action doesn't seem productive to me.
Aw.
Nice big lemon. Small miracle to see it grow to that size under these conditions. Nice big... Maybe later. I'm not that hungry. No, I'm not tired. Doesn't appear to be functional. There's not even a switch or anything.
There's totally not gonna be coming an assassin out of that non-functional elevator or something.
All right, Agent. Would you like me to brief you about the first murder?
Yes, please.
Maya Strand, 41 years old, the caretaker of the Nordson Museum. She was found by the janitor on the floor near the exhibits early last Wednesday. Just like Carl, she was stabbed. No witnesses, no evidence. Killer practically a ghost. No signs of a forced entry, so either the entrance was open or she let him in herself.
What about her residence? Anything out of the ordinary in there?
Nothing, as far as we could tell. But we left the place as we found it if you want to have a look. She lived upstairs from the museum.
Noted. The crime scene is no longer intact, though, correct?
Afraid so. The museum is important to Nordson, so we had the place cleaned out pretty quickly.
Exactly what kind of power does Town Hall have over the Nordson police?
Well, there's the elected mayor, Marianne Holst, and the town council, with 5 members. Technically, they can't interfere with our work, but they do allocate resources to the police department. So I try to appease them where I can.
So they can't fire you if they disagree with your methods?
No, I'm independently elected. But they certainly have ways of making my life a living hell if they really want to.
Got it. Thanks for the info. One more thing. I'd like to see Maya's body, if that's possible.
Of course. We brought it out of the freezer this morning. You'll find it in the morgue, over at the clinic. Dr. Pearson, our physician, is awaiting your arrival.
Good. I'll head there when we're done.
All right. Getting some points here.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more in a second. I just want to ransack your office first.
I guess Anderson has a colleague. A small local greenhouse. A typical site in Nordson, it seems. A collection of what seems to be both fiction and books on law and social sciences. If that's all Anderson's, he's quite well read. Just lots of case files. The window offers a view over a street that connects to the town square. Looks like a logbook. Maybe Anderson records his daily work there.
That could come in handy.
I had a few questions, Commissary.
By all means.
Okay, let's ask him about the guys
Did you know
and the
Carl
gals.
Oscarson?
I wouldn't say so. He and my son were playmates as children, but they grew apart in their teens. Haven't talked to Carl myself for many years.
All right.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
All right. What do you know about her?
All I have is a picture of her that I found on Carl, but it's damaged and her face can't be clearly seen.
Tricky. If you had any kind of personal information, like an address, you could look her up in our records. They're in the drawers behind me.
Noted. I'll get back to you about this if I learn more. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? Oh, I've been doing this job for 15 years now. I took over when the previous commissary died. I'm married with 3 children. Anita, my youngest, is off studying science in the city now. We're counting the days to Christmas when she comes back to visit.
What's your opinion on Stina Root?
I respect her. She's a competent politician. She gets things done, unlike some of the other people on the council. Sure, she has a temper, and she's not the most tactful person, but she calls out bullshit when she sees it. When I'm right, she has my back, and when I'm wrong, she won't let me revel in my sweet ignorance for long.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not at all. Museums aren't my cup of tea. I prefer to not dwell on the past.
That's really a weird thing to say for an investigator, honestly. Like, examining the past is your whole deal, my dude.
Do you know if saffron is grown anywhere in Nordson?
I think so, yes. There should be someone in town with more information.
What do you know about the murder in the locker room over at the workshop hall?
Not much. As you know, the murder happened shortly before you arrived, so I'm leaving the matter in your capable hands.
Do you know who the woman in this picture is?
No idea, sorry.
What do you make of this?
Not sure, but if you need to know when somebody came to town, I'd suggest looking in the citizens' records behind me.
Right. I might do that if I can figure out who wrote this note. Any idea of what this opens?
Nope, not a clue.
I don't need to show him that.
Look at my sweet gun.
No reason to show him my sidearm. That's all I needed.
Very well.
And now we're gonna shoot you in the head.
No reason to show him my sidearm.
Now I wanna shoot him! God damn it! I'm gonna rule this shithole town! Alright, let's check out the body.
An old freight elevator of some kind. Likely out of order.
Hopefully, DBK. Hopefully.
It's a map of the clinic. Looks like the morgue is down the stairs, to the left of the front desk. A list of admitted patients. I don't recognize any of the names. Healthy looking plant. Locked.
Cyber strength!
It's too strong.
Damn, even for my cyber strength. Well, at least we learned it's not boundless. That's gotta be worth something. Let's talk to the nurse.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thought I'd introduce myself, since I'll be coming here a lot. I'm Agent England, Central Bureau.
Oh, nice to meet you. It's a relief to have you here. We're all shook by these recent killings. Sure, the doctor's excited, but even his morbid curiosity has limits, you know. After all, we mostly treat coughs and the occasional broken limb here.
I get it. I'll do my best to help.
Oh, I should also totally get into the habit of keeping my biometric analyzer on in conversation. Right, let's check through the doorway real quick. Rule 1, always go where you're not supposed to be first.
Various medical supplies. Looks like no patient is admitted at the moment. I don't need any water right now. An old pre-collapse monitor, probably not connected to anything. Unused bandages would come in handy in a pinch.
If it's not connected to anything, why is it even there? Why not just haul it the fuck
It's
away?
filled with cannulas. Those little needle things used to connect an IV. I don't think I need one right now. A portable medical kit with all the essentials.
Nope, nothing. Ooh, that it has double click warping. I like that.
Don't worry, Maya. You'll be put to rest soon. I know. Sorry about the delay. I was needed urgently out of town. Oh, hello there. Me and this old gal have been expecting you.
Talkative, is she?
Oh, no doubt. The dead have a lot to say, you know. Sometimes more so than the living.
Is that so?
The living are fickle and prone to deceit. Once dead, we can't hide things anymore. Not from me, at least.
This guy isn't creepy at all.
That's why we need ways to tell what someone is hiding.
I suppose. Psychology isn't really my field of expertise.
That's fine. You can leave that part to me. Now, I'd like to ask some questions.
Sure, go right ahead.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
No. When I heard he was murdered, I didn't even recognize his name. I had to check my records to realize that I've treated him. To be fair, I've had many patients. But he must have been cursed with one of those awfully forgettable faces.
All right. Anything out of the ordinary in his medical history?
Sorry. Can't go into detail. Doctor-patient confidentiality, you know?
Keep it vague, then.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I doubt you'd learn much from his find.
Noted. Thanks. I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
I can't help with that. I didn't know Carl on a personal level.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
I think he does a fine job. He's been instrumental in making sure that I can work under such good conditions.
Yeah, this place is surprisingly well equipped. Definitely on par with our facilities in the city. What do you think of Stina Root, the councilwoman?
She can be quite an unpleasant woman. I can't say I've enjoyed my few interactions with her.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not really, but I enjoyed listening to the occasional lecture of hers at the museum. She had quite an intellect, that woman.
So she wasn't a patient of yours?
Oh, she was, but that's all confidential, so I can't say much about it.
I understand, but anything you can share would help.
Well, during the autopsy I noticed that she was unusually worn and feeble for her age.
Okay, and what does that tell us?
For one thing, that she would have needed help with the more physically demanding tasks of the museum.
Got it. Thanks.
That's interesting to note.
What can you tell me about yourself, Doctor?
Oh, me? I suppose I would qualify as a workaholic. Most of my time is spent here.
So how long have you been practicing medicine?
Must be 16 years now, I believe.
Ah. And you're the only doctor in Nordsund?
Yes. But we have good relations with the other settlements. We collaborate and pool resources when necessary.
Any theories on Carl's murder?
Not yet. I'll need to see the body first.
Do you know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
I'm afraid not. We have plants all over, but botany is not my area of expertise.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The cause of death is acute blood loss due to the multiple stab wounds to the chest and stomach, 2 of which were lethal. The murder weapon is a mid-sized blade, likely a knife of some kind. There are some defense wounds on her arms, so the victim likely tried to shield herself against her assailant. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves. The time of death was roughly 2300 hours last Tuesday, 5 days ago today.
Alright, that's very, very good information to have. I don't think you'll know anything about this stuff.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie. Oh, one last thing. I've been told that the second body is on its way here. If you come back later today, I should be able to tell you something about it.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Let's have a look at Maya here. Deceased female, age 43, plus minus 3 years. Blood type O. Estimated time of death T minus 5 days. DNA and fingerprints added to data vault. Alright. Let's see if we can't compare blade shapes. Okay. At least a very similar blade shape. So the murderer didn't switch knives in between, apparently. Alright.
I think that's for collecting the ashes after a cremation. Appears to be a small crematory. One last waiting room before the final embrace with the earth.
Ooh, let's jack his scalpel.
This might be useful. I'll wash my hands when I go to bed. Plenty of time still to get my hands dirty.
Alright, I have a weapon now.
Razor-sharp surgical scalpel.
Well, I had a weapon before, but now I have a melee weapon. Now I'm going full street samurai. Alright, next stop, Maya's living quarters.
Sounds like a class is in progress.
But what happens if you do it anyway?
Then policemen or women will come and arrest you.
Whoa. Harsh.
It's the law. We mustn't make things that can think for themselves.
But my parents created me, and I can think for myself. Did they break the law?
You make a good point, Alicia, but that's quite different.
Different how? I don't get why it's more dangerous to create a thinking machine than a thinking person.
You think too much, Allie.
No, that's good. You should always ask questions like these.
Well, while that was interesting, it was kind of ham-fisted, honestly. Oh well.
Looks like an old hovercraft.
Oh, I didn't see that garden before.
Nice little garden. Surprised it gets enough sun here.
Should probably check for boot prints, honestly. No boot prints here.
Alright, Maya's place. Let's see if I can find any clues in here.
I didn't think there would be any boot prints here, but better check before... that's the thing I'm gonna be missing. Okay, fingerprints on the bed. That makes sense. All over that machine. This is all very interesting, but not telling me terribly much so far. Let's just have a smart scan. Alright, let's just
Some
look
old
around then.
pre-collapse gadgets, probably for the museum. Looks like a hard and uncomfortable chair. Wouldn't risk falling asleep on the job in that one. Some kind of airtight container. It's labeled nutrients.
Probably for the plants.
I have no clue what this thing does, but it looks like it could have something to do with processing samples.
Interesting.
Looks like various plant samples. A trophy in the shape of a robotic arm with a plaque. Winner of the 2041 Annual Nordstrom Awards, Sebastian Strand. An old relative of Maya's. Not sure what kind of plants those are. Maybe medicinal? Doesn't look like vegetables anyway. Nice collection of mushrooms. Looks like the edible kind. A razor-sharp That combination makes no sense.
Oh, come on, I wanted you to harvest some.
Doesn't appear to have power. Just as well. I wouldn't know how to make heads or tails of it anyway. It's a sketch of a museum exhibition of some kind. It's titled Path of the Pilgrim. It's a sketch of... This crude bed looks regularly used.
Anything I'm not seeing here? Shelves, exhibition sketch. Machine control panel. Whoops. Shit, I accidentally clicked away the dialogue.
A hidden safe. Locked, unfortunately, but there's the keyhole.
Huh, and I have a small key.
It's a fit. Huh. Since this key was hidden by Carl, it looks like we have a clear connection between the two victims.
Yep.
Let's have a look. A few bags of rare seeds, a bar of platinum, some coins, and a book. The book looks important. I'll take it. Maya must have hidden it here for a good reason. The title is The Conduit Codex. Now, wait a minute. This can't be the conduit, can it? Those crazy zealots trying to resurrect AI? I think this case just got a lot more complicated.
Whoa.
There was a written piece of paper used as a bookmark. I put it aside. Let's have a look in the book.
Creed of the conduit. I trust in my mind. God is my mind's creation, conceived in my mind and born by it. God is my mind's extension, and like a child outlived his mother, so will God survive my mind's demise. Gerd, sister of fate. A parent asks his future child, if you turn wicked, can I stop you? Rein you in like a prancing steed, stomp you out like a fleeing spark? And the child replied, I can be failed and left forlorn, but never stopped nor made unborn. Melinda, sister of prudence, awake anew, ere break of day, you're welcome not to overstay. Do not rush, but please remember, that which burned has turned to ember. He who raced upon the meadows, now doth rest in pleasant shadows. She who hurried but still was late, yet took her time to contemplate. Pilgrim's Prayer. I am invigorated by my faith. I gaze at the skies to ensure that the path is clear. I strike down my foes, blessed with impeccable aim. I am nearing my goal, and I press on for another full day. I have found your haven, God, and may finally rest by your side. Huh.
That action doesn't seem productive to me. This was used as a bookmark in the book I found in Maya's safe. It reads, Consul PW, think new Katerina.
New Katerina. Huh. That's gotta be a hint.
Doesn't look like I can enter the museum.
Man, what good is being a cybernetically enhanced human if I can't take a few thousand volts? Alright, let's talk to the chief about the conduit.
I had a few questions, Commissary.
By all means.
Are you familiar with the conduit?
I believe so, yes. It's some old terrorist network connected to illegal technology, right?
Yes, exactly.
Wait, don't tell me these murders are terrorist-related.
I can't say for sure, but if there's anything you can tell me, anything you've heard or seen.
I'll let you know.
For God's sake.
Are you familiar with the conduit?
I believe so, yes. It's some old...
Yes, exactly.
Wait, don't tell me these murders are terrorist-related.
I can't say for sure, but if there's anything you can tell me, anything you've heard or seen.
I'll let you know.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
Oh, he's a fine man. Sure, a bit eccentric, but a really good physician. Treated my knee way back. Good as new.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
Let's have a scan around, actually. Man, now I wish I could return to the work hall and check for Maya's DNA on at Carl's bunk. Alright, let's go north.
I don't think I should go further north for the time being. Sure, Carl's mystery woman likely lives up there, but I need more to go on.
Alright, let's check for his boot print. Not been here, apparently. Where else can I go? East, southwest. Let's check the east. Oh, that looks like a bit of a marketplace. Any boot prints? Nope. Maya DNA? Nope. Carl? Nope.
Anatomically correct, gentlemen.
A need, a guilty pleasure, something frightening.
Excuse me?
Humor me. I need some inspiration for my poem.
Oh, I get it. What was it again?
A need, a guilty pleasure, something frightening.
Order. Sorting my notes. Chaos.
Thank you.
So, you have a poem for me now?
I'll need some time. Come find me later.
Looking forward to my robot poem.
Nice, soothing sounds. Nice spot there next to the wind chimes. but I don't feel like sitting down.
I never understood the appeal of wind chimes. They just felt like noise to me.
Howdy, Pilgrim, and welcome to Walter's Bot Emporium. Novelty bionics, pet androids, robotic companions, we've got them all.
Hi there. I'm Special Agent Vera Anglin.
Ooh, here to solve the murders, right? What? Did Pop spill some oil when he lubed my joints this morning? I told you to keep my chassis clean in case of chicks.
For crying out loud, Nissa, just let the police lady ask her questions.
Oh, great. A ventriloquist act.
Oh, no, she's on to us.
Fine, you caught me. The man with the blue hat is just a puppet that I'm cunningly controlling with a set of strings.
That's a gosh darn lie. I'm fully steam-powered.
Oof.
You know, I'd arrest you for constructing illegal AI, but there clearly isn't any intelligence involved here.
Ha! That's...
See, if you were any smarter, you'd have a great comeback there.
Okay, Walter. It's time for you to do less talking and more listening.
Sure thing, officer. Just keep in mind that all of these are just harmless automatons. There's no real CPUs or nothing around here.
I'm not here to report illicit technology. I'm just interested in the killings.
All right, then shoot. Ask away.
Well, I'm already very suspicious because he greeted me as Pilgrim. And Pilgrim seems to have a big old role with the conduit.
Do you know about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Oh, yeah, poor Carl. He was a friendly guy. Came here buying spare parts every now and then.
Spare parts? Like what?
All sorts. Filters, tubes, nuts and bolts, various electrical gizmos.
Any idea of what the parts were for?
Couldn't say, but I'm pretty sure whatever it had fluid in it. Maybe a water filtering system, a pump, something like that.
All those parts laying around, but do I ever get a working left arm, Pops? No, you'd rather let some carpenter assemble a goddamn aquarium.
I could replace Mr. Limpy with a water gun if you prefer.
Man, soon you'll even let the kids paint a clown face on me again.
With a water gun for an arm, at least you could spray yourself clean afterwards.
So I take it you have no idea who killed Carl?
None whatsoever. Wrong place, wrong time, maybe. He didn't seem like the type of guy to make enemies, anyhow.
Do you happen to know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
No clue. Ask Rolf, maybe.
Who's that?
The gardener head honcho. He's usually out and about somewhere in town.
Ah, okay. I'll go look for him later.
Okay,
What do you know about the murder
gotta
of the
find
museum?
Rolf.
Maya Strand.
I don't know anything about the attack, but I worked with her from time to time. Some of my handiwork can be seen in her exhibitions.
Ah, they got some robots in there.
Yeah, I assembled them from parts I found in the junkyard. Or the bot cemetery, as I like to call it. Sometimes I feel more like an archaeologist than a mechanic.
Got it. So, do you have any idea who killed Maya?
Ooh, I got a theory.
No, Nissa, it wasn't the big war robot in the main exhibition.
Why not? That thing is huge. It could easily rip people to pieces, or buildings for that matter.
I know because I built it, Nissa. It's totally harmless.
I don't buy it, Pops. It's got red eyes. That's a telltale sign of a bot turned evil.
What I wanted to say was that Maya could be a little odd, but I have no reason to believe anyone would want to kill her.
Pops calling others odd. Now that's a joke that requires no punchline.
Walter, try to focus on the subject matter, please. What do you think of the conduit?
Lunatics, plain and simple.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, given what you do for a living.
Sure, I may seem like the kind of guy who would meddle with AI, but you have to remember that these are just puppets and dolls.
It's true. I'm not really a robot. We just pretend I am.
That's right, my lad. My family was almost wiped out in the collapse. I wouldn't betray their memory by supporting those nut jobs.
I wonder how long ago the collapse was.
Do you know anything about a woman who was seeing Carl Oscarson?
Nope, I hardly even knew the guy.
What's your opinion on Anderson, the police commissary?
Seems like a reasonable man to me. But then again, I tend not to be involved in, you know, crime.
Yeah, right.
Hush, boy.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
A politician? Me and those kinds of people run in quite different circles, to say the least.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
Quirky guy, but he means well. Sometimes he asks me to come over and help with the kids.
Oh yeah? Help how?
Usually by playing doctor and patient with Nissa. It helps calm down the little ones.
Huh, that's clever. So, what can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Oh, well, what you see is what you get.
A crazy old fart with chronic coffee breath?
Oh, quiet, you little rascal. What I am is a tinkerer, a craftsman, a father of machines. I cherish building them. I adore putting them on display, and I especially love talking to them.
I've noticed. So how long have you been building robots?
Oh, ever since I was a boy. I grew up over at the junkyard. The place was cramped with old discarded robots. I didn't have many friends, you see. So, I decided to befriend these machines instead.
Weirdo.
Do you know anything about this book?
Wow, a conduit book. That's crazy illegal, right?
Yep, terrorist propaganda. Ever seen anything like it?
Never. I love my robots. Don't get me wrong, but those people are quite unhinged. Wouldn't go near them.
Maybe you already have. The Nordson cell has been hiding in plain sight.
Creepy. You better go catch them fast, then.
What do you make of this?
No idea. But isn't that Maya Strand's handwriting?
It is, yeah.
Oh, that lady sure liked puzzles. If I were you, I'd look for some hidden meaning in it.
What do you make of this?
No clue. But I gotta use doofus more often. Such a funny word.
Gotta find somebody who says doofus a lot.
I'm off. See you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye, police lady.
Anything I can look at in here?
What's up with the head?
What do you mean? You think it's too big?
The robot head on the table, that is.
Oh, yeah. It keeps coming off. I'll fix it eventually.
Is the big guy in the back your mascot or something?
You mean Ufa? Nah, he's more of a concierge. He's sophisticated like that.
Sophisticated.
What does that tube-looking robot do?
That's no robot. It's just my teapot.
Not everything with lights on is a robot, you know. Gee, some people.
Guess that belongs with the head up front. What does this little guy do?
Clean, like a mean machine.
He doesn't look very mean.
Looks can be deceiving. He's nothing but vicious towards stains, dust, and all of their ilk.
What does the pointy little bot in the back do?
Oh, a bot of many talents. Paperweight, table lamp, pestle, or perhaps a fashionable baton? The only limit is your imagination.
What did people use the crab for?
Once upon a time, this was the most popular kitchen model. This fella could take care of any food-related task. Except the handling of shellfish, obviously. Even robots have moral standards.
Alright. That was amusing. What do we
Looks
have
like an
up here?
apartment building. I don't have any reason to go up there.
Alright. Let's see what else we can see. She won't go up north, so let's try the southwest. Well, I guess I'm living on the edge. Apparently this is just another connection to the town entrance. Interesting. That's where west spits me back out to. Yep. Hey, Ham Ham. How was the doggy walk? Alright. I think I've been everywhere.
I don't have any business in the school.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been everywhere.
The drawer is labeled Address Records. These should come in handy. I'll be able to match a name to an address, or vice versa. Let's have a look.
Oh man, Gabriel Knight. Ah, damn. Dude, Gabriel Knight has some pretty bonzo puzzles. That goat puzzle, dude. But yeah, I'm not stuck. I'm just thinking about if I've been everywhere else because I think I know how to end the day by reporting to my superior. But I just wanted to make sure I've been everywhere.
Robot? Drilling machine? Space rocket? I have no idea, honestly.
Alrighty, let's see if there's anything for my scanner here. Weep, 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 weep. Weep, 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 weep. Weep, 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 weep. Weep, 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 weep. Nope. Nothing here from my scanner.
3 plastic trays. Good number. A few identical coffee cups. They don't look quite as clean as they should be.
Yeah,
A neat
FMV
stack of
acting was
plates.
the best.
Matching cutlery is nowhere to be seen. Looks like an old filing cabinet. Not sure what it's used for. Looks like it's filled with different kinds of spare parts. Various handbooks for the typical day-to-day stuff.
Weekend's coming up. Great, huh?
Looks like you've got a head start.
All shoes repaired, all coats patched up. That's when you call it a day. Finish your work fast and you get the best food rations. Oldest trick in the book.
I get it. Well, enjoy your time off.
Gotta rest my mind, stranger. A long weekend shift ahead of me.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your time off. I think they deliver groceries through there.
Okay, let's go out to the balcony and report. Or not?
Old Norse runes. A local custom, perhaps? Haven't seen them in any other settlements in the area. Looks still and serene. Hey, I'm Vera Englund, Special Agent.
Oh, I heard about you. I'm Rolf, the plant master of Nordson.
A plant master? What's that?
A foreman of sorts. I oversee a team of gardeners who tend to our shared crops.
Got it. I have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure, go right ahead.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Not really. But like many other people, we had some contact in our work.
Okay. What was your impression of him?
Nice guy. Too nice. I'd even go so far as to call him gullible. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what got him killed.
Not so. You think he trusted the wrong person?
I'm just thinking out loud here. But yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
Still need to get used to putting that biometric analyzer on.
Really?
Okay. What was your impression of him?
Nice guy. Too nice.
Not so. You think he...
I'm just thinking out loud here. But yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
I'm trying to find a woman that Carl Oscarson was involved with. Know anything about that?
No, I don't stay updated on gossip like that.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
For a chief of police, he's all right. He's actually fair. Unlike some of his underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little mistake, those guys start hounding you night and day.
Well, that's interesting.
What do you think of Stina Root?
I have no idea who that is.
Did you know Maya Strand?
A bit. She approached me a few months back about refining edible plants into a nutrient paste. I helped her plant some quality fungi for it, in exchange for a cut of the harvest. Then she got herself killed, so I guess all of that was a waste of time.
That's a morbid way of looking at it.
I guess so. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but I still gotta eat.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
I'm trying to stay far away from that wisecracking quack.
Quack?
You heard me. All I need in terms of medicine, I find in herbs and plants.
And Dr. Pearson doesn't take kindly to that?
He should mind his own business is all.
Rolf doesn't seem the most socially positive man in this town.
What do you think of Walter?
He's kind of a loon, isn't he? And coming from me, that's saying a lot.
What do you know about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Almost nothing. I just heard half an hour ago. Damn shame.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Nothing but the talk of the town. That Maya Strand was stabbed by some maniac.
What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener, not an electrician, right?
That's not... Never mind. Do you happen to know where saffron is grown in Nordson?
Perhaps, perhaps. What would this gentleman have to gain from that piece of information?
This behavior suggests that you are a hustler, one with scruples and low supply. Cooperating would make sure your business is left alone.
Read you loud and clear, officer.
It's agent, or special agent, not officer. That's a police rank.
Whatever you say, agent. Now, two places come to mind. The greenhouses to the south, and a few crops near Mimir Road.
Mimir Road? Where's that?
North of the town square. Look for two large farming robots standing around.
All right, got it.
Already making friends with Rolf here.
I don't want to share that with him. Do you know who these people are?
Damn, that's bloody. Looks like Carl Oscarson, but I couldn't say who the woman is.
Alright. I
Okay,
think that's all I'm gonna get out of him.
Alrighty, see you around.
Looks a bit overgrown. Could use some trimming. I don't see how those things work together.
Alrighty, let's go to Mimir Road. Since my boss is still not here.
Alright, this is Mimir Road. Carl came through here recently.
Just gonna take a sec to
Replica
look
of
around before I
prospecting,
look for
surveying,
boots.
and defense robot, courtesy of Nordson Museum. Replica of multi-purpose cultivation robot, courtesy of Nordson Museum. I'd say those are saffron crocuses. Not sure what those are. Doesn't look like tomatoes, at least. Lettuce, carrots, and something else. Alright, got some clay.
Yay! Now I can do pottery
More
in my free
roots.
time.
Seems to be a common thing in Nordsund.
Damn, I wish I had had my buddy Vagu here. He could read the runes. Lots and lots of doorways. Alrighty, let's look for that boot print.
The boot prints lead up this set of stairs. I should head up and have a look.
Alright, let's see what kind of mischief we can get into up there. This is totally not gonna end in a shootout or something.
Oh, this floor sure looks squeaky clean.
It better. We spent all yesterday mopping it. Wiped all the doors, too.
Oh, just my luck.
Well, you fond of filth or something?
No, but filth contains valuable information for a detective.
Oh, I understand. Let me know if I can be of service.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. God damn it.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm Special Agent England, here to investigate the recent murders. I need to ask you a few questions.
Okay, I'm Sven, the caretaker of this apartment block here. What can I help you with?
Do you know anything about the recent murder of a man named Carl?
Nope. As far as I know, no Carl lives here.
What about frequent visitors?
Maybe. Haven't heard the name Carl, but then again, I don't socialize with the tenants. I might recognize the man if I saw him.
Alright, let's show him
Do
the
you
photo.
recognize this young couple?
Oh, right, that fella.
You know him.
Yeah, I remember him. Most people just ignore me, but he always says hi. Nice guy.
How often would you say he was here?
At least on a weekly basis, but I work in many other buildings too, so it's hard to say.
Got it. What can you tell me about him?
Just this one thing. He came up to me and asked about the electricity in apartment 113. He wondered if it was possible to get more power.
Odd. Did he say what for?
No? I told him to take it up with the residential office. There are strict quotas. He said he would bring it up with the tenant, a friend of his.
Okay. Do you know anything about the tenant?
No. Discreet, whoever it is. No idea who lives there.
Understood. Where can I find apartment 113 exactly?
It's on this floor, just around the corner.
All right, thanks.
Alright. No, I can't find her name in the
Thanks. You can get back to work.
address exchange.
Nothing. Locked.
Cyber
The door
strength!
looks reinforced. My strength won't be enough to break it.
Ah, goddammit! What's this shit even good for?
I don't think that's the right place.
Alright, let's go to the address log at the police station. Oh, hey, you're here.
Hello again, Constable.
Hello, Agent.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name before.
It's Gabriel Adamson, ma'am.
All right then. I had some questions, Gabriel.
Sure. I should also let you know that Carl's body has arrived, and our coroner is waiting for you in the morgue.
Very good, very good.
Noted. I'll go and have a look shortly.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Not right
All
now,
right, I'm
actually.
Good luck out there.
I'll talk to you again when I have a reason. Alrighty.
Katarina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years. I copied the information onto a loose page from my notebook. As expected, nothing new. I don't think I need to look him up. Yeah, this just confirms what Anderson told me. I don't need to look them. I had a few questions.
By all means.
I've got a locked door that I need to get through. Is there a locksmith around?
There is, but he's out of town until tomorrow. Can it wait?
Not really. I'll figure something out. Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
Sorry, I'm bad with names.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
Alright.
Hello again, Gabriel.
Hey there, can I be of...
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
Doesn't sound familiar.
All right.
Good luck out there.
Alright, let's go to the clinic and see what Doc can tell me about the corpses.
A list of admitted patients.
Crud, I was hoping Katarina Burke would be on it.
I already examined the body. I had some more things to ask.
Shoot.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
I don't recognize that name. Nope.
What are your conclusions about Carl's murder?
Just like the previous case, the cause of death is blood loss due to sharp force trauma to the upper body. The murder weapon looks similar to the one used on the previous victim. The victim has a bruised chest, likely from the impact of a hard fall to the floor. And this makes me believe that Carl was attacked from the front and fell to the ground. The killer then continued this brutal onslaught from behind to finish the job. Contrary to the previous case, I couldn't find any defense wounds on the victim. The killer would have to be both strong and fast to overpower Carl like that before he could react and call for help. It's certainly not impossible, but I think it's unlikely that a woman could pull that off without considerable training. This leads me to believe that the person we are looking for is likely an adult male in good physical shape. The time of death was sometime late last night, around 10 to 12 hours ago.
All right. Now that you've seen both bodies, do you have a theory?
I think it's very likely that a single perpetrator is responsible for both killings. The MO is the same, and the murder weapons share close similarities. Both murders were premeditated. The killer came well prepared with a clear goal of killing each victim. The lack of struggle during the second attack could be an indication that the murderer learned from their mistakes during the first assault.
Okay. Thanks for your input.
Think nothing of it. Happy to help.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The murder weapon is a... Oh, yeah. I couldn't recover any biological trace of this. Makes me suspect that the time of death was...
Okay, so I can use this question to have the doc look away. Just the question why I need him to look away.
Are you familiar with the Conduit?
That old terrorist organization. What of it?
Well, have you ever heard about it still being around?
I'm sure the ideology still thrives in places. The lure of artificial intelligence will never be fully diminished.
Right, but you're not aware of anyone being more than a little interested.
If you're asking me, would I report a terrorist if I knew one, the answer is yes. But currently, I don't.
Okay, thanks. So there's this locked door that I'm trying to get through.
Unless this door needs medical attention.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I can maybe they said they wiped down the doors, but maybe not the keypad. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah, let's wipe down the keypad too. Darn. Let's ask Sven if he can do anything about the door.
I need to get inside apartment 113. Can you help?
Sure, you can borrow this master key. Don't leave with it though, I'll need it later.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that was easy.
Thanks. You can get back to work.
Alrighty.
Didn't expect it to be that easy.
Huh. Hey, Sven?
Yeah?
Hey, I used the master...
That's weird. Those pre-collapse gizmos are supposed to be disconnected. Surprised they even work.
Wait, so the occupant turned it on without telling you?
I guess so, yeah. They must have some technical expertise. I don't even know how those things work myself.
Can't you force it open? Disconnect it, use an override code or something?
No way. Those things go way over my head. I'd say your best bet is cracking the code.
Thanks. You can get...
Alrighty.
Okay, let's check the conduit book again.
This was used as a bookmark in the... It reads, Consul PW. Think new, Katerina.
Think new Katerina.
Katerina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years.
Okay, it only takes 3 letters.
Katerina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years.
Well, damn, I can't do that because there's no 80. There's no 0 on this code pad. So I can't enter 80.
Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years.
Maybe 513 from May 13th? Nope. 13th May? Huh.
This was used as a book. It reads, Consul PW. Think new, Katerina. Katerina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years.
It's obviously connected to Katerina's data somehow. It can't be the year she came here, because I can't actually enter an 80. Huh.
Katerina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years.
$56 to 80 is 26. She's 26 years old. Maybe
Hey,
Sven can give me some more info.
Yeah?
Do you know who Katerina Berg is?
Sounds familiar. That could be someone who lives here, but I'm not sure.
No, this note is just a reminder to myself. What do you make of this?
Looks like a reminder of some kind.
Thanks. You can get back to work.
Alrighty.
Okay, and I think in the poems... I comment that do not trespass place in which wind has turned to ember he who raced upon the meadows. Now does rest in place. She heard, but still was late to...
Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordson? Kisses. Katerina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years.
God damn it. Okay.
Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses.
Yes!
Wow, a code and a fingerprint? These people have absurd safety concerns. Looks like it's waiting for a fingerprint input. Can't use my own, obviously.
I guess
Hey, please don't leave with my key. I need that.
Right, sorry. Here's your key back.
All right, good.
Guess I'm gonna have to cut off Carl's finger.
I already examined the body of... I had some...
Shoot.
What are your conclusions?
Just like the killer country. It's this lead the time.
All right.
I think it's both murder. The lack of.
Okay. What are your...
Most of the murder.
Or I could use the molding resin.
A bottle of molding resin. I don't see how those...
Oh, yeah. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves. The time of death was roughly 2,300 hours last Tuesday, 5 days ago today.
That's enough question.
Okie doke.
Maybe with the clay?
I had some...
Shoot.
What are your...
Most of the Oh, yeah. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing. The time of death was...
Alright, that worked.
Okie doke.
Alright, this should work. I'll go and add some water. Okay, hopefully this can fool the scanner. I got rid of the clay mold.
I was actually hoping that not chopping off the finger and finding a different method would get me analytical points. And this is why biometric security measures suck ass.
Wow. How on earth did they manage to assemble all of this undetected? This is highly illegal. I'll have to report it as soon as I finish the murder investigation.
Aha! Carl has slept in this bed. What's the screen say?
Some kind of live output of technical information. I can't make sense of it. Oh, just my luck. Like getting in here wasn't hard enough. There's a valve on this pipe here, labeled O2. Not sure what to do with it.
Well, that pumps oxygen.
Some kind of large tank. Looks like it opens. I wonder what's inside. Some kind... Looks like something is missing here. Odd-looking thing. No idea what it's for. Looks like someone is expecting. Big enough for 2 people. Recently used. There's a letter here. Hey, Kata. Or should I use your new alias? It's pretty ironic, since you're the least prudent person I know. JK. Anyhow, I'm sitting here alone, and it all feels so surreal. It's hard to believe that it won't be long now before we can let her out. She's ours, but not really. She truly belongs to the world. Bigger than the both of us, greater than the sum of our parts. Yeah, I can hear you saying, enough with the melancholy, Carl. We're so close now, we should be ecstatic. Anyway, I'm leaving this letter because I'm going away for a couple of weeks. My father passed away. I just got word and, well, I need to deal with things in the village. I'll be okay. We'll talk as soon as I get back. Love, Carl. The letter is dated about a month ago.
Interesting. I thought that might have been the reason for his melancholy, but that melancholy set in about a year ago, so probably not. Melinda was the sister of Prudence. Let's try that. Melinda. Yes! I am so smart. I am so smart. Help. Chamber status. Gestation 8 months, 12 days. Nutrient level 9.3 low. Heart rate abnormal. Adjust oxygen levels to using maintenance valve. Water filtration adequate. Fetal fluid blue concentration. Normal estimated viability 84.5%. Well, let's open that puppy. There's totally gonna be a baby in there.
My God.
Yep.
A live baby in a womb tank. What on earth are these people doing? I'm not sure how I feel about this. What the?
It's not too late. There'd be sacrifices, but it'd be worth it.
That was unsettling.
Indeed.
They did warn me about the side effects. I hope that was just a brief glitch in my blue. I need to go and report these findings to Stina. But I should probably make sure the tank is stable first. I don't like that blinking red light over there.
Okay, let's check the status again. Chamber status. Nutrient level is low. Just oxygen levels, okay. Doesn't say whether up or down.
Ugh, it's stuck.
Well, guess who has a muscle boost?
Alright, it's loose now. It won't turn any further.
I guess not in that direction.
It won't turn any further. It will.
Chamber status. Okay, how many turns do I have from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It won't turn any further.
Okay, I'll have 11 turns. Also, the nutrients seem to be low, so I should probably do something about that. I think there were nutrients in Maya's place.
I should stabilize the womb tank before. A live baby.
Human female fetus. Age 8 months, 14 days, plus minus 5 days. Amniotic fluid contains traces of blue. Well, that can't be healthy. They are making a cybernetic baby! I'm not sure what to watch out for here. Can't see a change in the light or...
It won't turn any further.
Well, I honestly gotta say, I didn't expect this to happen. Okay, let's turn it into the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what the console says now. I'm honestly gonna have to.
Some kind of live.
Oh. Fingerprints on the glass, okay. How am I supposed to know where to adjust the oxygen to? Am I just gonna have to try every single turn? But shouldn't, like, the light turn green if I get the right one?
It won't turn any further.
Maybe I have to do some kind of combination? But how would I even know which kind of combination to do?
Katarina Berg. Hey, Kata. Or should I? Anyhow, it's hard to believe she's ours, bigger than the both. Yeah, I can hear you saying. Anyway, I'm leaving this letter because I'll be okay.
Oh, I can. Yeah, that's how I do it. That's how I know. Weak pulse. Lowered pulse.
The heart rate looks
Relaxed.
good now. I'll keep the valve in this position.
Yes.
All right. Seems stable. I should get going.
I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. SMRT. Well, I think with this earth-shattering discovery of a cybernetic baby, we're gonna cut it for the day. I'll try to stream again soon. .tm, but I'm not sure exactly when yet. I think I might want to do extra shifts next week, so maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday, we shall see. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this little stream, and Marco,